Alright guys, welcome back to Shoop Sports. I remember the early days of me sports betting. At first, it was just putting $5 on a bet. I would send it to a friend, he would place the bet for me, and we were off and running. My first bet ever actually ended up as a push, but little did I know the journey that this would take me on. Fast forward almost 7, 8 years later, and now over just in the last 3 weeks, I've made over $3,000 betting on sports. In the past 3 months, I've made 5 figures. How have I been able to get these results? Well, here's what I would do if I had $0 and I was starting from the beginning and trying to become a successful sports bettor. And we're gonna start with step 0. And step 0 is to build up your bankroll outside of sports betting. It takes money to make money. In order to be able to be successful in sports betting, you're not going to do it by turning $5 into $1,000 overnight. The reality is that you're going to need to start off with a lot of money. And this is for a couple of reasons. One, the more you bet, the more it gets returned to you. So it's easier to make more money when you're putting more money into it. But also, if you're putting money into it and you lose that money by losing the bet, you're going to want to put a number down in which if you lose that bet, well, you have more bets to be able to place because you still have some money left over. See, you need enough money and you need to have a unit size so that you can bet and live for another day if your bet loses. You need that security when you're starting off. The only way to have that security is if you have a sum of money that you're able to put into sports betting, which is what we call a bankroll, and be able to understand that you may lose all that money. You know, it's just like investing in anything else. You may lose all this money. So whatever money that you set aside for sports betting needs to be money that can't be towards anything else. Can't be towards rent. You need to have your retirement covered. You need to have your expenses covered, all that. This is basically fun money. Now we'll get into step number 1. So we have our bankroll. Let's say we decide to save up $100, $1,000, $5,000. Truly, you can save up whatever amount you want. There's no proper bankroll size, but if you're gonna want to make decent money, it's got to be at least $1,000, but probably more. I started off with $5,000 when I started taking this seriously. So anyway, step 1. Define your bankroll size and your unit size. So you have the money saved up. Now you're going to define whatever amount that you're willing to lose as your bankroll size. And then from there, define your unit size. Typically, to play on the safe side, you're gonna want your unit size to be somewhere between 1 and 5%. Now, if your bankroll is on the lower side, so anything like $1,000 and below, you'll probably want it to be more towards that 3 to 5%. Because that's the only way that you're going to move the needle and make money doing this. You can do 1 to 3%. So like if you do 1% with a $1,000 bankroll, it's $10 a bet. And you can certainly make money and you'll be safe in the long run doing that, but it's going to take a lot longer to build up that bankroll. You can do it more immediate if you're doing 1% with a $5,000 and doing $50 a bet. But if you're doing 5% with a $1,000 bankroll and you're doing $50 a bet, well, you have a tiny bit more risk of losing your money quicker, but still, to lose, you would have to lose, let's see. So if it takes two $50 bets to lose $100, well then it would take basically 20 bets of $50 losses for you to lose all your money. And losing 20 in a row, it's possible, but it's like 0.001% possible. It's probably not gonna happen. But you probably can't go any more than that. So define your bankroll, define your unit size, because that is what is going to help you keep your money and lead to growth long term. So we got our bankroll, we got our unit size, but we have to figure out what we're betting on, right? And that comes in step number 2. Step number 2 is start experimenting with strategies. When you're experimenting with strategies, you're going to want to keep your unit sizes low, because you want to make sure that what you're betting is working. However, a lot of people, what they like to do is they like to track their bets in a spreadsheet before they actually start placing the bets. Now you can do this, but at some point or another, you're going to have to start actually putting your money where your mouth is and start trying to make these bets work. So I highly recommend that you go in and start actually placing these bets, but putting little amounts on it, maybe that 1% amount, and seeing how your bets do. But you gotta make sure you're tracking it. That's step one. That's step two. That's truly step number two. Track your bets. Whatever you're betting on, whatever strategy you decide with, track all those bets and track your progress. See how you're doing. See if you're actually making money or not. You might believe you're making money. You might believe you're losing money, but you'll never know unless you actually see the results that you're getting. So, number two, find a strategy. Number three, track those bets. And really, it's rinse and repeat of those two and three. Find strategies that work for you, and then track them, make sure that they are working. Now, let's say you found that strategy that works for you. Well, once you find that strategy that works for you, you're going to execute on number four, is follow that strategy to a T. Use your unit size, have a basis on when you delineate from that unit size. If you go 1 unit, 2 unit, half unit, lock that system into place. Once you find a good strategy, lock that system into place. And don't delineate from it, whether it's you have a big winning streak, whether you have a losing streak, keep the same bet size. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people have a successful winning streak. They start to up their bets all of a sudden, and then when the losing streak comes, well, all of a sudden they've wiped out all the gains they had from the winning streak. Or people have losing streaks and they just give up on their strategy entirely. Stick with your strategy. The only way to really tell if a strategy works long term is if you have long term data. You probably need at least a month, but it's very possible to turn a losing month. So it's not just a month, but over 2 months, 3 months, or over the days. Are you losing money every day? And is it consistent that you're losing money? Are you consistently winning money every day? These are ways to define if you have a good strategy. And then number 5, just consistency. So now you have the bankroll, you have the strategy down, and you're doing it every day. You're tracking your bets, so you're making money. Now all you gotta do is do it consistently every day. Every day, go on to Sportsbook around the same times, find the bets that fit that strategy that you have, and just place them every single day. Whether you win, whether you lose, you just gotta ride it out. And over time, you will see your profits grow. And that's really all there is to it. How to find that strategy is a whole nother video that I will be sharing with you. But if you're starting with $0, the main thing you need to focus on is just save enough money so that you can actually make a difference when you're placing these sports bets. If you don't have enough money right now, you just gotta start saving up. Save up some money, because we all want to win money. We all want to win fast, but truly the only way to guarantee yourself to make money in the long term is if you're betting enough to make a difference. And that's what I would suggest to you guys. Start with making the money, then figure out your bankroll, your unit size, then figure out a strategy, then just track and make sure you're consistent with it. And that's really all there is to it. But anyway, this is Shoop Sports. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment on the channel, comment what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.